Hello friends, my name is Jen and I love cookies. So today I am rating a very large Snickerdoodle cookie. It's huge. This one literally is the size of my face. So when I went to go searching for an exciting cookie to restart my reviews after my extended Christmas break, I went to the drugstore that's near me and they were selling a bunch of cookies from the Cougar Mountain Company. And I rated one of their cookies previously by request. It was a ginger molasses cookie, and unfortunately I am not a huge fan of either ginger or molasses. So it was okay, but I didn't love it. And when I was at the drugstore and I saw them, I figured I might as well try some more from them. Probably only needed to try like one other, but I got 3, so I'll have lots of them. And today I would like to rate the one that is Snickerdoodle. So Cougar Mountain is a Seattle area company. This one, as I already mentioned, is pretty much the size of my face. We can see, let's put it on the hand scale. Yeah, it's also pretty much the size of my hand. It looks like a very standard Snickerdoodle to me. You can see the cinnamon sugar on top here, as a Snickerdoodle generally has. It's also very lightweight for how big it is, which I think is impressive. And it's a bit spongy, so I expect it to be pretty soft. I think that I can barely hold this in my hand. This is quite large. I think this is probably the biggest cookie in circumference that I have rated so far. But let us see how it tastes. Very Snickerdoodle-y. Instantly got the cinnamon and the sugar. It's also pretty pillowy and like airy on the inside. You can actually see some air pockets, but I will take a few more bites before I show you because you won't really be able to see them. It is very soft and wonderful. I think it is more or less a traditional sugar cookie base, just rolled in cinnamon sugar, which I believe is what Snickerdoodles are. This might be the most traditional Snickerdoodle cookie I've rated so far, I think, perhaps. It's got a bit of chewiness to it too, which is interesting and good. It's a thing I like about this cookie, is that it's a bit chewy. I'm getting a lot of cinnamon, which is good because I like it. But if it didn't like cinnamon, I think I'd be saying like, whew, this is too much cinnamon. Because it is a lot. I would say they are quite a bit heavier on the cinnamon than the sugar here. Decided both by the taste and just looking at it. The sugar kind of like sparkles, and there's just nowhere near as much of it as there is cinnamon. Speaking of, I would say it's not overwhelmingly sweet. It is overwhelmingly cinnamony, but I feel like this is just below average sweetness for a cookie, I would say. Definitely not too much. I think I might be able to show here. You can kind of see the air pockets in the cross section of the cookie. It looks spongy and that's how it tastes. Airy, spongy, just a lightly chewy sugar cookie loaded with cinnamon and a bit of sugar on top. This kind of like, I don't know the right word to use. I want to say melts, but that's not quite the right word. It kind of just like disappears in your mouth. Probably because it's so airy, and so once you start chewing, there's like less volume than you think there's gonna be. But I feel like this cookie is very easy to eat very fast. Like I'm just blowing through this cookie. I also really like the sugar cookie base. I have an ingredients list right here that I could read if I so chose. I just feel like there's something in it, some flavor. It's not unusual, but it's just like slightly different, that I really like. I think my biggest concern with this cookie, like I'm not even halfway through it because it's so big, is that because it's so uniform, it might get boring by the time I'm at the end of it. I don't know if I ever would have thought that before, but now that I'm on my 93rd, I believe, cookie review, it's just kind of like when you have a cookie that's this big and it's all the same, and I have this issue with the World's Best Dough cookies as well, you just kind of get most of the way through it and you're like, I don't need to be eating this anymore. Like I've had the experience, it was good, but now I'm done. And I'm worried that's gonna happen here. So we'll see, I guess. So good news, I did not get tired of eating it. And my theory is that because this one was so airy and it was so easy to eat, it was a very different experience from eating a really dense and doughy World's Best Dough cookie where I get tired of eating it by the end because it's like a lot of work. There's just a lot there. Whereas this one was very easy and very pleasant to eat. So I did not get tired of it, even though it was huge. I also took the opportunity while I was finishing eating it to look at the label, and there is no special ingredient in the dough, so I don't know if it's just like the combination of things or what, but I did think that the base was particularly delicious. I also noticed that it is technically called an old-fashioned Snickerdoodle, which I would say is appropriate because it was like exactly dictionary definition of what a classic Snickerdoodle should be. And I really enjoyed it. That said, it wasn't like spectacular. I would say it was a very satisfying Snickerdoodle cookie. Comforting in a way. I think I just find cinnamon to be very comforting as a spice. So I did enjoy that. I don't want to say it's like the greatest Snickerdoodle I've ever eaten, but definitely was good. So I think this deserves a place somewhere around, let's go 7.3. Because I was trying to decide between 7.2 and 7.4. So 7.3 it is. Okay, so that was the old-fashioned Snickerdoodle from Cougar Mountain Premium Cookies. I don't believe that you can order these online. I think I checked the first time I rated one. I think you have to be in the Seattle vicinity and have somewhere that distributes them. But if you are, I would say that was pretty good, and I enjoyed it. So, hiccups. If you like watching me talk about cookies, please like, comment, and or subscribe below. Thank you for watching. Have a fantastic day, and eat more cookies.